out in Georgetown in the middle of it all. Well, you're here with me, and welcome to the show. Obviously, I would love to hear from you guys. 9433700. That would be awesome. You can call and let me know what's going on out there because I'm not out there. And as I was coming to the studio, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm missing it all. What's going on? But you know what? Good old social media. I will find it and it will be there. And best wishes for everything. Lots of new news. It seems that two other members have walked across the floor. So we were talking yesterday. I think we had a caller yesterday that called in and the talked about the possibility or what they had heard about Juliana O'Connor Connolly walking over and making a pact with Pact. And apparently it is true. So there's that, which is quite interesting, isn't it? As well as the prodigal son. Are we gonna call? We're gonna call. The member from East End, maybe the prodigal son. Well, I don't know. Let's just say that. Apparently, he's walked over as well, and so that has now strengthened the pact, which you know yeah, that's interesting. So it's just a lot of uh, just some things that need to be cleared up. But guess what? It's being cleared up right now as we speak, and we shall know before you know it. What I do know is the government led by Wayne Panton is supposed to be being sworn in if it hasn't happened already. So thank you so much for joining me, though. I know you're driving along or you're listening along and you're here with me. That's all the news I have, by the way. There's no more news for that. And but you're here, 9433700. I would love to hear from you this afternoon. It is Wellness Wednesdays. I'm going to continue with my Wellness Wednesdays, what we generally do with Wellness Wednesdays. And we will be talking to somebody from the Agile Fitness, entity, and they will tell us a little more about that. We have a coach in the house, and I shall welcome her to the show this afternoon. She might end up staying longer than she thinks because no one likes to talk to themselves. And so, good afternoon, Miss Angela, Coach Angela. And Coach Angela is joining us from Agile Fitness. And so hello to the
Good
people.
afternoon. Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Good afternoon and welcome to the show. So Angela found health and fitness. Is Angela Pretorius found health and fitness in 2013 when she found herself overweight and constantly ill. She then decided to change her life, suffering from hyperinsulinemia. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And walking a fine line to type 2 diabetes, which a lot of people actually experience, Angela, as you know. Angela's doctor warned her that she needed to make a lifestyle change. Angela began with walking, then running, and then was introduced to cross training. She changed her nutrition habits and dropped more than 50 pounds. Wanting to give back to others and help others on their fitness journey, Angela started coaching in 2015. Coaching for 6 years, she has a wealth of experience in helping others move safely in group fitness classes and one-on-one personal training sessions. Angela enjoys working out with body weight movements, gymnastics, running, and Olympic weightlifting. And she also enjoys organizing community events to benefit local charities. And some of the certifications that she has: CrossFit Level 2 Trainer Certification, CrossFit Gymnastics Course, CrossFit Kettlebell Course, CPR and First Aid Certified. She's done the Cayman Islands Half Marathon twice and the Cayman Islands Full Marathon once. Well, aren't you the busy little bee?
If I wasn't busy, I'd find something else to keep me busy if I wasn't doing all this.
Absolutely. Yeah. So tell us just a little bit, really, before we get to talking about why you're here. Since it is Wellness Wednesdays, I would love to really just talk about kind of your journey and what was happening with you. I did read your bio, but just kind of break it down a little bit more for us so we can kind of understand, where you were before we get to why you're here.
Definitely. So, like I said, I was just out of shape. I didn't make fitness or nutrition a priority in my life. I very rarely would go for a walk or a run. I had a desk job, so I wasn't getting much daily exercise, and I was feeling ill all the time. I couldn't walk up a flight of stairs without being out of breath, and just, I didn't want to feel like that anymore. So with the help of a doctor, and I started to get moving, started to change my nutrition habits, and I haven't looked back since.
All right, good. And I'm sure that 50 pounds, a lot of ladies might be listening, as well as gentlemen, and thinking, wow, that's good, just motivation to lose some excess pounds,
It is, and it makes such a difference in your life and in all spheres of your life. So you work better during the day, you sleep better, even your mental health is better.
Absolutely. And I completely believe that. One of the reasons why I kind of decided to do a Wellness Wednesdays is for people to be aware of their their body and just being well, and that obviously encompasses mental health as well. The link between mental health and physical health goes deeper than people realize a lot of times, and taking care of our physical health is proven to have positive effect on our mental well-being, and vice versa. So if you're not physically in good shape or mentally in good shape, it's kind of, it's a catch-22. It's very connected. So if one declines, then the other does as well. And I know, like, I had some physical issues a few years back, and it literally had to do with just how I was feeling in terms of anxiety and depression and everything. Good physical health helps alleviate the symptoms of depression, while mental health disorders can also lead to worsened physical health. The intrinsic relationship means that staying physically healthy is extremely important. However, many people struggle to maintain good health, and this can be for a variety of different reasons. Good physical health helps alleviate all those symptoms, and sometimes some disorders are worsened because of physical health. So, your mental health, your psychological, emotional, and social well-being impacts every area of your life. So having a positive mental health allows you to effectively deal with the daily stresses of life, communicate well with others, make healthy decisions, and live life to its fullest. But sometimes struggles with mental illnesses and addiction can make it seem like achieving a healthy mental state is impossible. So physically, I hear a lot of people that are in the health regime, right? Physical fitness, say get moving, and you just said that. And I have a lady that's 70 years old that I follow on Facebook, and she says that all the time. Chef Babette, she says, get your butt up, get your butt up, get your butt up.
You gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, so you got to start somewhere. Now today we're talking about an upcoming thing through Agile. Tell us a little bit more about Agile, and also kind of how you came to be connected to it, and then what you're planning.
Yeah, so Agile Fit is a fitness facility located in the Embarcadero warehouses, just behind the airport there, by Scott's Marine and Georgetown Yacht Club. Okay. We do a variety of different group classes, as well as one-on-one sessions, personal training sessions, and then even, like I said, one of the really important parts for me was nutrition. So we give consults on nutrition. So we help you really get yourself moving. And a lot of the time I hear, hey, I need to get in shape before I come there and come to one of your classes. No, that's not what we're looking for. We have so many different ranges of fitness in one class that and the coaches are really talented in being able to say, okay, you're not quite there on that movement. Let's get you to do this or this, and so we can scale you or put you in a different progression. So different classes, from glute gains, all those ladies out there want a nice good glutes. So, and then we've got what's called Agile Burn, which is sort of a HIIT class, and then Weight Up, which is a little bit more strength training. So just we're really invested in trying to help people get healthier, just start moving.
Okay, so you're a personal trainer?
Yes.
Okay, and so if people wanted to join a class or something like that, would they would they contact Agile Fitness, and how would they do that?
Yep. So we've got an amazing website where you can log in for a free trial week. So just to come on down, try the classes, see if you enjoy it, if it's something you like. And then on the website, agilefit.ky, there's all the different memberships that you can do. There's also a punch card, which is amazing. Some people, don't want that monthly commitment of having to come pay monthly for a full gym and maybe not using it. We've got a punch card where it's got 6 punches and you can come to 6 classes. And as you arrive, you punch your card and then off you go. So yeah, just on the website, agilefit.ky is excellent. We've also got an email address, info@agilefit.ky.
All right, so agilefit.ky is the website.
Yes.
AGILEFIT.ky.
That's right.
And so Agile Fit it's owned by Daquan, isn't
yes,
it?
owned by Daquan and Abby.
Okay.
So locally owned, beautiful facility, a lot of new equipment, which is great.
Okay, and I'm going to have to get Daquan on the show because Daquan is a young Caymanian.
Yes.
And I feature them on Thursdays, my Success 101. I want to talk to my young Caymanians just to really give attention to the amazing things that they're doing out there. This being one of them, Agile Fit. And so now you are doing some type of promotion or community. Is it like a community event?
Yes.
All right.
A charity event coming up on the May 8th, on Saturday, May 8th at 9 a.m. Where it's called the Burpee Hour. Now, the burpee is a movement that everybody loves to hate. People start hating it from when they're made to do it in physical education at school. But it's a really great exercise for the full body. So it uses your whole body as well as it's a good cardio-based movement. So it's really good bang for your buck kind of movement to do.
Okay. So you showed it to me, but
Yeah.
because this is radio, I got a text from Daquan explaining it. So the burpee, because I didn't know what it was. I just hear burp and I'm thinking it's burp. Okay? But apparently it's a burpee. It's a squat thrust with an additional stand between reps. So you're squatting and you did the push-up thing,
Yes.
and then you're standing. And it's a full body exercise used in strength training. The movement itself is primarily an anaerobic exercise, but when done in succession over a longer period can be utilized in an aerobic exercise.
Yes.
In or as an aerobic exercise, correct?
That's correct. But that's a very complex way of saying lying down on your belly and then getting back up again.
Okay.
Similar to life's ups and downs. Just lie down and then get yourself up again.
Lie down and get up.
That's right.
Lie down and get up. And then jump and clap.
And jump and clap at the end.
Lie down, get up, jump and clap. So for me, I'd be lying down, getting up, jumping and clapping because I got up, back up. How difficult is that to do in the beginning? And, how long does it take for you to kind of not feel the pain or not feel the discomfort? Because I think a lot of people like myself who aren't physically somebody that goes to the gym regularly, and I always call myself very lazy. And I don't want to say that because that's not a good word, because I'm not lazy. But I know a lot of people that are not physically, kind of doing that stuff. When I read your story a little bit, or your bio, were you always physically fit?
Definitely not.
Okay, so tell us about that, because I think
Yeah.
I just want like normal girls like myself.
Yeah.
To be inspired with, we can actually get our butts up and do stuff.
For sure. There was times I walked out of the gym and I never wanted to go back. And I went to a lot of gyms in my time, but nothing really ever stuck. It was the group kind of classes that stuck for me. There were people cheering me on and being there and being in that pain cave with me. But so there were times when I left there, I felt terrible after the workout, but then I decided, okay, I need to invest in myself, and I kept going back. It's hard at first, but after a few weeks, once you make it a habit, it's just about walking in that door. Once you're in that door, the coach will tell you what to do, but you just got to get in that door. That's like the biggest thing. And it is challenging, but thankfully, there's different progressions of a burpee that you can do. For example, there's the one where you're going all the way down to the ground, or there's one where you're not doing the push-up part. So you're just going down to the ground, no push-up, and then getting back up again. Or there's even another progression where you put your hands on a bench, step your feet back, squats, and then step your feet back to the bench, and then stand and clap.
Okay. So it's just basically moving your entire body.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
It's a really good all-round exercise.
And the results are there?
The results are there. So it definitely works all parts of your body, as well as just your cardio sort of capacity. So it after doing these for a few times, you'll start to feel them get a little bit better and a little bit better. And that's when you just start to speed them up, and then it gets harder again, but it's okay.
Okay. All right. So so this particular event that's happening on May the 8th, which day is that?
It's Saturday.
It's a Saturday. So it starts at 9 o'clock. So it's how long? How long is it going to be?
It's an hour of burpees. So we're
1
calling it
hour.
the burpee hour. So
Okay.
we're going to have some great music on. We're going to have everybody there together, doing it together. So I find that when you've got somebody else doing it with you, exercise isn't that bad. You can cheer each other on. You can stop and have a joke, grab a sip of water together, and then carry on going. So we're inviting, you can do it as an individual for the full hour, 1 hour of burpees, or even as a group of up to 5 people. So if you and I were in a team, you would do like maybe 2 burpees, and then I'd be resting, and then I could do 2 burpees, and we'd go back and forth, and you can have up to 5 people.
For a whole hour?
Yeah, a whole hour.
Okay, so the more you bring, the better for you.
That's true. That's true.
All right, there's my inspiration. I'll go ahead and read
perfect.
some of the stuff that came in. Okay, so people of any fitness level are invited to come together and try an hour of burpees at Agile Fit Gym in the Barcadere warehouses, and you just explained where it is. You can enter as an individual and go out on your own pace for the hour, or enter as a team of up to 5 people, as you said, and take turns doing some burpees during the hour. The entry fee is $25 per person, and all proceeds will go to the Alex Panton Foundation's Financial Assistance Program, which is dedicated to persons 30 years or younger who are unable to afford local critical services for mental health treatment in the Cayman Islands. So it's for a good cause. It's not a competition, but an event to bring awareness to the benefit that exercising with others can do for your mental health and well-being. When life knocks you down, do a burpee.
That's right.
All right, so great. And you had done something like this before, raising funds for ARC in 2020,
Yes.
right?
So
okay.
During
Tell us about that.
Yeah, during lockdown, when you could only do things with your immediate household,
Right.
And we're limited on things to do, something that really helped me then, and helped my mental well-being then, was to exercise. So to get outside in the back little porch and do some kind of physical activity. So my household, my 2 housemates and I, we decided to do this hour of burpees then. And we did it in the warm sun on a Saturday in May last year. And we had friends sponsor us how many burpees we do, maybe 10 cents per burpee. And we ended up raising a considerable amount of money for the ARC. And so that went to meals for the community.
Yeah, no, they were very, very helpful, and I appreciate what they've done. Because they did a lot for my students as well. I was teaching Passport to Success on Zoom, and they took meals for them, and they gave them grocery money, all kinds of stuff. So that was awesome. Such a great charity. So tell me something. You guys were kind of doing your own money, like it was just like collecting your own money in the household?
we reached out to friends and family and said, hey, can you sponsor us per burpee? So that way it made us push and try to get as many burpees. So somebody said, okay, I'll sponsor you 2 cents per burpee. And so if we got 500, we'd get, my math's terrible, $25. So it was awesome. So and then afterwards, people sent in their donations to us, and we handed it over for the meals.
You know, I'm just listening to you, Miss Angela, and I am thinking about the domino table that we made during the quarantine, and the dominoes that we played, and the quarantine weight that I gained. And I was thinking, wow, that burpee thing sounds good. I tell you, everybody did different things. You inspire me.
My neighbors thought we were crazy.
They thought you were crazy, but they were probably me eating the chips and watching you doing the burpees and saying, maybe we should be doing a burpee or 2. So here's our chance, everybody's chance now to get involved May the 8th to just raise funds for a really great cause. And the Alex Panton Foundation is, obviously dedicated to ensuring that the public is aware of the mental health issues that youth face, and understanding how serious it is, as serious as physical illness, and advocating for, to eradicate the long-standing stigma around mental illness in the Cayman Islands, through the power of education and awareness, and just to support people that they don't feel like they're alone, right? And that if you're struggling with a mental illness, that they're here to help. The resources available and supportive network if you are in need. I actually saw online, their website is alexpantonfoundation.ky, and you can actually reach out to them, check out their Facebook pages or Instagram, and you can also go on to their website, alexpantonfoundation.ky. It looks like they have a peer group, that they have every Saturday at the Georgetown Public Library. Not sure if that's still going, but it's on the website and it seems pretty updated. So if you are living with anxiety or depression, every Saturday between 12 and 2:30, you can actually go to the Georgetown Library and meet with, some peer support, right? Now that's the thing, and all of your proceeds will go towards this.
Yes,
So
all
all of
100% of the proceeds that we're raising is going towards this amazing foundation.
Right, and obviously, a lot of people, or everybody should know, and if you don't know, the Alex Panton Foundation is in memory of Alex Panton, just succumbing to the effects of severe depression at age 16.
That's right.
And taking his own life.
Mm-hmm.
And that's huge,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, and that not only affects him and one person and his family, it affects all of us.
It does.
So, yeah.
It's an amazing foundation, and something that's really close to my heart. When I was 17, I also suffered from depression and anxiety, and so to be on an island that has a foundation like this is incredible. I think the Alex Panton Foundation is doing a really good job in trying to reduce the stigma around mental health and depression, as well as this money will go straight to their financial assistance program, which will provide assistance for people who can't afford that medical treatment.
Yeah, and that's really important. And I think if anybody, generally, if you talk to 10 people, if maybe 50%, 5 out of 10 people would say that they've suffered
Yes.
from some type of depression or some type of anxiety. And sometimes some people don't, they can't quite put their finger on it, but it's been something. So it's just feeling down and dark. And, I was talking to a class that I taught today about how it's feeling this morning, not feeling bright, just kind of like laying in the bed and just like, oh gosh, and I got to get up. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to get up and I'm going to dress up. And I was looking, what am I going to wear in my closet today?
That's it.
Just because, like that's that thing, like just push yourself through it so that you can, get to that happier place or something. Now, what is exercise doing? How is that connected? Talk to us a little bit about exercise.
So exercise really helps. It increases the endorphins in the brain, which releases serotonin. And when that happens, it's not a lie that they say runner's high when you finish a workout. Like you might be exhausted, but you have that good feeling. And so that is the chemicals in your brain that are helping to improve your brain function, blood flow to your brain, which will help to reduce depression and anxiety. As well as, in a group class, you're around some people. So a lot of the time when you're in that when you're feeling a bit of despair, you don't want to be around people, but actually forcing yourself to be around some people, like having like-minded people around, maybe having a struggle, someone cheer you on, you cheering somebody on, and that can go a long way to helping you.
Absolutely. To touch on
at least once, maybe a bit more, but it really does, it gives you that good feeling, as well as just being grateful for being able to exercise and socialize in a class.
Yeah, absolutely. And so you think that is free almost.
I thought a community, you feel like you belong to something. You've got friends there. They start to become a little bit of your family, and you end up not only seeing them in the gym. You'll see them outside the gym. You'll do things together outside the gym, and so it's a great sense of community.
Yeah, and it kind of builds your network, which is so important, right? Because no man is an island.
Yeah,
like for real, for real. Will you stay?
Yes.
All right, so we're going to take a quick break. We are talking to Angela Pretorius. She's a coach at Agile Fit, and we are actually Agile Fit Gym, yeah?
Yes.
And we're actually talking about an event that is coming up May the 8th, and it is the burpee hour, okay? And it's not burping, it's burpee. And if you've just tuned in and you've not heard the explanation, we'll be back to talk a little bit more about it. But you might want to get involved because all of the proceeds will be going towards the Alex Panton Foundation. And so yeah, talk about the 5 show. Stay tuned. And I know you're paying, that's fine too, but we'll be back. Stay tuned.
943-3700. Wall Street Talk to come on just 60 seconds. Visit rbc.com/try easy. Reimagine new ways to plan better.
And welcome back to Straight Talk. This is Catherine Tyson, your host. This is your Drive at 5 show. It is Wellness Wednesdays. And yes, I am aware that there's a lot going on in the country right now. And I know some of you might have some news that I don't have yet, and I won't get it until the show is over. 943-3700. Call in and share it, whatever it is on your mind. I want to congratulate the new government, whoever they are. And I want to, just send out good vibrations, like the Beach Boys would say, for everybody to have all hands on deck and work for us and just do us proud, all of you. You were all voted in. 19 were voted in, all of you. And so we want you all to make those decisions about our country. We're trusting you with that. And so, yeah, we're going to behave and be grown-ups and teach the children how to play nice. That's what I have to say about that. But today it's Wellness Wednesdays, and today we're talking with Angela Pretorius. She's a coach over at Agile Fit Gym, and we're talking about an event coming up. But now, I know Angela is actually a coach by night, but in the day, you're an accountant.
That's right, desk job during the day.
Desk job. So you're quite aware of, just having that type of lifestyle where you're not physically moving. And a lot of people that are driving home right now might be driving home from an office, from a 9 to 5. And so it's so important to really talk about, how you get yourself moving.
It's hard to start. That's the thing. So you've sort of got to just prioritize it. So you've got to say, okay, even though I'm tired and I've just gotten home from a long day of work, I'm going to go for a half-hour walk and start there.
Okay, there you go. And then you can look around and see the sights and breathe. And I noticed yesterday when I got home after the show, it was still daylight. So that was nice. So that means that, we're coming closer to summer. And I love that because I hate getting home in the evening. So during the day, that's lovely because now you can walk and you can, see the birds and feel the breeze and all of that. So start with that. And then, of course, on May the 8th,
we've got the burpee hour.
all right. Tell us again about the burpee hour.
Excellent. So in 2020, during lockdown, so my housemates, actually my fiance, my friend, and we decided to do something crazy to raise some money. So we did an hour of burpees. So burpee is a full body exercise. It's pretty much lying down on the floor and getting back up again. Kind of what life is like, ups and downs. So we decided to do that, and an hour of burpees later, we'd raised a lot of money for meals that were distributed through the ARC. So this year we decided to do it again. We're going to do it at the Agile Fitness facility in Barcadillo warehouses behind the airport, and we're going for an hour of burpees. So we invite everyone to come along and do it to 8th of May on a Saturday starting at 9 a.m. And you can enter as an individual and do the burpees by yourself for an hour at your own pace, or you can enter as a team of up to 5 people where you take turns.
So this feels like a kickstart to your fitness if you have been lagging behind, because the year kind of just started blink, it's April 1st. I think it disappeared. Last year was almost non-existent. So if you're lagging behind, this would be a good opportunity to register for this. How do they register or how do they sign up?
Yep, so signing up at info@agilefit.ky. Okay. So the sign up, the entry fee is $25 per person, and 100% of the proceeds will go to the Alex Panton Foundation.
Okay, so sign up at info@agilefit.ky.
That's right.
Or they can go to your actual location?
Yes, or our location, or you can also go to our website. There's ways to contact us through the website too.
Okay, so agilefit.ky is the website. All right, and it's going to be at the Barcadillo Warehouse Park, North Sound Road, Georgetown. It is opposite Scott's Marine and Georgetown Yacht Club.
That's right.
Okay, great. So now let's talk a little bit about the World Health Organization and the health of as a state of kind of physical, mental, and social well-being.
Mm-hmm. So the World Health Organization, who we've been hearing about the past 2 years, they define health as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, not merely just the absence of disease. So the WHO states that there is no health without mental health.
Isn't that something? That is so true, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you can be, I guess, physically well, and if your mental health isn't well, you're not functioning
exactly
properly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's very interesting that a lot of people take it for granted, right?
It does.
Okay. And so exercise is good for us, and we have to keep physically healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And this burpee hour is almost like just giving you an opportunity to just come out with a couple of friends, meet up with some other people, and for a good cause.
Yeah, that's right.
Burpee for a good cause.
Yeah. And you don't have to do a burpee every 10 seconds. You can do a burpee, rest a little bit, do another burpee. It's at your own pace. It's not a competition, but it's really just an event to bring awareness to the foundation and to raise money for.
Okay, and so that's May 8th, and that's almost like, what is it, 3 weeks away?
It's 2 weeks away from Saturday,
2 weeks away. So in 2 weeks' time, you can be a part of that. Sounds very exciting. Now, if people were interested in just joining the gym, are there other activities that go on as well there?
Yes, there's a variety of classes. So we do group classes, and we also do one-on-one PTs or group personal training. So it's all detailed on our website, agilefit.ky, but we have a variety of classes. Some are strength-based, some are more HIIT, high-intensity fitness training range. If you go to our website, there's also you can you enjoy and then hopefully come back again.
Okay, and what are the hours?
Yes, so we have classes in the morning. They start as early as 5 a.m. And go to 7 a.m. And then there's a noon class at 1 o'clock. And then there's a evening classes, so 5:30 and 6:30.
So what time does the gym close?
Gym closes 7:30 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So open from 5 a.m. till 7:30.
That's right.
All right. Great. And so you can just check that out on the website for sure. So now you did something like this, you said personally during the lockdown, and you all of the funds that you donated to ARC.
Yeah.
Right. Why this foundation? Why did you choose the Alex Panton Foundation for this?
Yeah. So it's a foundation that I think is amazing. So when I was 17, I also was diagnosed with anxiety and depression, and so there was no foundation where I'm from. I'm originally from South Africa. I'm very grateful. There's no the Alex Panton Foundation is 16. So it's a really amazing foundation, and as the Cayman community, we're really lucky to have this foundation. They provide us financial assistance for those who need medical health treatment in the Cayman Islands but don't have the resources.
Okay. So and they provide this to family, teachers, classmates, to schools, to just help save the lives of children and young adults struggling with mental illness. And we know that Alex Panton was actually the son of our premier, that's being sworn in or has been sworn in, Wayne Panton, who just tragically lost their son at the age of 16 for just depression, mental health, and just just what a great loss, right? And just not kind of being aware, or sometimes we take things not as serious as they really are. Now, you mentioned that you suffered from that. What do you think? Do you think happened with you? You do get out of that?
Thankfully, stuff really helps for your mental health.
Absolutely. So, and I suffered from postpartum depression. I think I'd like to have a show on that at some point. Not sure if it's such a serious situation happening, and I was just in this really, really dark place, and it just felt like it didn't matter, like nothing that was happening was kind of helping me feel better. And so I kind of suffered with that probably about 9 months, and then I had a baby. Like, I got pregnant very quickly after the first baby, and so after I had the second one, they're 19 months apart. I decided to do everything different than what I did the first time. So I was surrounded by people. Like, I ensured that, my curtains were opened. Like, you know what I mean? It was just like all of these things. Like, I'd go out, like I'd force myself to go out, because the first time it was just me and the baby, and it was a serious thing. So, depression is very, very real. It's very, very real. And people, sometimes will say, "Oh, just snap out of it. Oh, look what you have around. Look how good your life is, and what are you depressed about?" And it's not that simple, is it?
And that's a great example. It can affect anyone. I mean, this young gentleman, Alex Panton, he's the son of a very large political figure in our islands, and so it can really hit anyone. It can hit you. It's hit me. So anyone can suffer from it. So we really do need to reduce the stigma around it, and we need to talk about it like we are now.
Absolutely. You're absolutely correct. There's so many people that are probably suffering and they feel like they can't say anything because they feel ashamed,
Yeah.
or they feel like something is wrong with them. Like, why am I not happy? And I've found like people that they have money, they have a good job, they have a great family, but they're not feeling their best. They would feel like, okay, I can't tell people that because everybody else is saying, why would you be depressed? If I had money or if I had a great job, like, oh my goodness, you're just ungrateful. And that's not it at all. So it really does require the conversation to be had and to continue. And then exercise is one of those things that kind of physically really does play a part in you feeling better, right? Because of the endorphins and the serotonin. Is like all that stuff is really, it's real.
It's real.
It's real. And then surrounding yourself by people that are supporting you, that are like-minded, that are helping you to almost like look at your life differently as well.
Yeah.
Because when you're in that dark place and you stay in that dark place, there's no one kind of leading you out of there.
And like you said, you had to open the curtains, you had to step out of the house, you had to go. And it's harder than it's easy to say, but it is, and it's hard to do, to just say, okay, I've got to get out of this, and I've got to take this step, and I've got to step into the gym and be surrounded by other people. Often you'll just want to sleep and not see anybody, but one of the first steps is just really getting out and getting up.
Well, I'll tell you, the funny, I'm listening to you say that, and it's so funny because, like I said, they're 19 months apart. So one was 10 months, and I was with child again. And so I was, it's not going to happen to me. So I'm on the street, I'm, with my family, I'm visiting my mom, I'm driving, I'm doing all this stuff. And so I have the second baby, and they're two boys. The first one's with two boys. So the first one's so quiet and so like sedate. He's just like, if he's in that corner, if he's sitting down in that corner, he's playing with a particular thing, I can look back over there and he's there. The other one, he's climbing the wall.
So they took after how you were.
They really did. I mean, the first one, thankfully, is a very happy guy. So he's very happy and he's not depressed. Thankfully, he's just amazing, right? But the second one is really kind of like moving. In fact, his nickname is Roadman Rich because he likes the road, right? But it was one of those things that I said to myself, okay, how do I deal with this? And I was 22 years old, so that's actually pretty young to really have to deal with some, major life things. And how do I fix it? I'm a mother of these little children, and how do I, get through that? So absolutely, like you said, this is a really great thing in our community right now, the Alex Panton Foundation. So if you are in need of, talking with someone, some peer support, or just support, you need someone to really just talk to, or you need maybe some type of treatment and you don't have the resources for it, this would be the place to reach out to. So it would be the Alex Panton Foundation.ky is their website. It's a great website, so go and check it out. And they have other events that they have throughout the year as well. This particular one is actually being hosted by Agile Fit Gym.
Yes.
And so you can go to their website, agilefit.ky, and check that out for the burpee hour. So yeah, I mean, and also if you're interested in just, like I said, kickstarting your own, your own physical movement, your own physical, fitness regime or something, then Agile Fit would be one of the places. There's lots of different places that you can have access to in our community, which is also great. Lots of different choices. And I wanted to talk a little bit more about mental health. So I have a couple of mental health quotes. I'm just going to go down. You don't have to control your thoughts. You just have to stop letting them control you. What do you think of that one? How do you think that works?
Yeah, similar to how we just said, you can't let your thoughts control you. Your thoughts are going to say, I want to stay in this dark room and not talk to anybody and sleep all day. But you've got to overcome that and say, okay, I'm not going to let you control me. I know that this is a disease talking. I'm going to get out, and I'm going to open my curtains, and I'm going to go.
Right, absolutely. Another one, take your time healing as long as you want. Nobody else knows what you've been through or what you're going through. So how could they know how long it will take to heal?
That's right.
True.
And like you said, probably if you go out on the street and ask 10 people if they've suffered from any sadness, depression, anxiety, you'll find most people have. And so I think that while you're probably worrying about, okay, taking time off to look after yourself, people understand.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's another one. If you can't climb out of bed in the morning and think, I'm not going to make it, think about all the times that you felt that way and you did make it. I like that
Yeah,
one.
I like that one.
I like that one because sometimes you do feel like, oh goodness, everything is just so bleak and nothing is going to get better. And if you think back at the time that you thought that before and it did get better.
Yeah. And you can say, okay, I was strong enough to deal with it then. I'm strong enough to deal with it again.
Yeah. And you have all that you need inside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And kind of look around in your, in your surroundings for the people that kind of support you also. Like find a support system.
Yeah.
Support system is so important.
It is. Whether that be friends, family, a foundation like the Alex Penton Foundation, colleagues, just having somebody around is crucial.
Yeah. Now are you away from your family?
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely was an adjustment. And yeah, I was homesick for sure for the first 18 months of being away from them. And thankfully now there's the technology that you can pick up the phone and chat, but it can be difficult. And so and there's a lot of people who are away from their family on the island and battle with that. But yeah, you learn to get through it, and you learn to make new family here.
How often do you see your family?
Now,
pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID, I tried to go back at least every 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, the thing is, you miss like I have a niece who's growing up, and you miss the few years here and there of seeing them. But thankfully, we've got good technology these days.
Yeah, and so you haven't visited then in how long?
Since the beginning of 2019.
Okay.
Yeah,
so as soon as things get normal, you're out of here. Just to go
hopefully, yeah, just to go visit and then come back again. For sure.
Yeah. Okay. So this is definitely your home then.
Yes.
Yeah. How old's your niece?
She's 6.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you can tell them to watch this on Facebook.
I will.
And they'll get to see you.
Yeah, she'll love that.
Yeah. Another quote: "Out of suffering have emerged the strongest souls." True.
That's true.
A lot of people in history talk about the suffering, or we talk about them, and we talk about some of the things that they've had to go through, but they have persevered and they've stayed the course, and they've done some of the things that we're talking about, kind of gotten that network, and they've actually done.
Yeah, a great example of that is I call it Nelson Mandela. He went through a lot of trial and suffering for his good cause, and eventually he came out and he was able to forgive and move on. So
wow,
through that suffering, he rose up.
Right, and I mean he was in prison for how long? And he went through a lot. So when he kind of got his almost like his reward, it was at this older age of his life. And
exactly, he was already he had lost a lot of years, the younger years being in prison, and so when he got out, thankfully he was old enough and wise enough that he understood that the wrongs of the country, and he was able to make it right.
Yeah, absolutely, and be able to leave that behind, leave that legacy, and hopefully it's in better hands now.
Yes, yeah.
Because of him kind of being able to suffer and do what he did. Self-care is how you take your power back. Believe that?
Yeah, self-care is really important, and so you can have the craziest of weeks, but you take a little bit of time for yourself on the weekend, for example, and you'll feel amazing again to tackle another week.
Yeah, and that could be physical fitness, like take care of your physical health, but it can also, be what you're putting in your body.
Yes.
Right? I know if people start paying attention to what they're eating, what they're drinking, and they notice a difference in if you're drinking a lot of sodas and then you stop and you start drinking water, how your body feels.
it's amazing the difference.
It is a big difference, absolutely. And you start noticing that you don't miss things as much as you thought you would also,
That's right.
right? So give good stuff to your body, good fuel,
And
fuel your body.
once it becomes a habit, it's easier to do. Similar with fitness, you've just got to show up for maybe those 2 weeks, and then it becomes a habit. Okay, I'm going to the gym. Okay, I'm going to the gym.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or I'm going for a walk.
Yeah, and just move your body,
Yeah.
move your body. Let your story go. Allow yourself to be present with who you are right now. Not good.
Yeah, that's good.
I like that one. I think because I speak to young people a lot, and we talk about just anger and holding on to things, what their parents did or didn't do or could have done better, and it's like, yeah, at some point we're gonna have to let that go. Like I'll sit with them and say, all right, come on, we'll be mad about it. We're gonna be really mad because your mom shouldn't have done that, your dad shouldn't have done that. Like absolutely, they should have protected you. They didn't do that. So when we're dealing with some serious trauma, okay, so now we're just gonna have that moment and let us really feel that, and that it's not a bad thing for you to feel this pain or feel this anger, but at some point you're going to have to let it go, because now you're 18 or now you're 20 or now you're 21. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now it's time for you to create your life for yourself, but you have to let go of that stuff that is holding on to you.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about that. Let that story go. Create your new story now. Create your own story, and you always have the opportunity to reinvent that if you want, right? I saw something on YouTube the other day where one of the things people regretted was not recreating themselves, and the example was if you go to a new town and you decide that this is how you dress and this is how you look and this is how you speak, people will accept you as that. So if that's a possibility, that means that you can reinvent yourself. So don't feel stuck in what you think you need to be, but to just be who you want to be and celebrate that.
Yeah.
So create your story, and I like that. The thing is about mental health and having a good mental health and kind of not being depressed is really about living your best life, right? Like finding that happiness, and it doesn't have to look like anyone else's.
Yeah.
It just has to be yours, and it has to make you feel good.
Yeah. And you've got to stop and appreciate things, I think. Like I feel like when I stop and say, okay, I am going to be happy and what I have is amazing. I'm going to stop and smell the roses. I've got this. I've got the ability to move. I've got a job. I've got a car. I've got a dog. You just start counting your blessings and
simplify
Yeah.
it. Just little simple things like that. Like if you're right, just looking around, like what, I got a bowl of cereal this morning. I had some, I have 4 boxes of cereal on my fridge top, and I'm like, I can choose that one or that one or that one. Like it's simple, right? But it's like that's nice. I'm going to be grateful for that. So just almost like just break it down, right? So emotional pain is not something that should be hidden away and never spoken about. There's truth in your pain. There's growth in your pain, but you have to bring it out in the open. You have to face it. You have to look at it and realize that you yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. Buddha said that. It's true.
Yeah.
Right. And so and that's in the Buddha religion, really to say, how are you taking care of you? How are you seeing yourself? Right.
And I've heard a saying similar to that says, would you use the words that you use on yourself to somebody else? Would you say what you say to yourself to somebody else?
I love that one. I love that because it's so true.
Yeah.
The people that we care about, we handle with care. We treat them so gently, but yet we call ourselves names that are not nice. We say things like just now when I said I don't want to say lazy about myself, because I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to keep throwing that out there, because if I keep throwing that out there, then that's what's going to be true. And that's not true, because I'm not. So thank you so much, Angela, for joining us. That's Coach Angela Pretorius. She is over at Agile Fit Gym. That's located in the Barcadere warehouses. And on May the 8th at 9 a.m., they will be having the burpee hour. So you can register at agilefit.ky or What is it?
info@agilefit.ky.
Okay, and so yeah, we're looking forward to everybody kind of checking out your website, AgileFit, AgileFit.ky, and getting involved in the burpee hour. And of course, if you guys don't remember, you can always contact me, and I will give you the information. Coach Angela, I'm hoping that I will see you again.
Definitely, this was fairly enjoyable.
No, it was awesome. It was awesome you coming out and talking about this stuff. And all proceeds will be going towards the Alex Panton Foundation. So it's a great cause. It sounds like it's going to be a great hour. It's a Saturday, and there's no reason why we can't get our butts up.
I'm really excited. It should be a good day.
Sounds good. Thank you so much for joining me. Definitely. And maybe you'll come back and chat with us again.
Definitely. Thank you.
And listeners, thank you so much for joining me. I know there was a lot of competition going on out there in our world. And I guess the answers are there. Maybe it's over now, and that would be good. I'll find out when I get off the air. You have a great evening and enjoy your family, enjoy your friends. Move yourself a little bit if you got to do a little stretch. Try a burpee. Get ready for this burpee hour over at Agile Fit on May the 8th at 9 o'clock, and check out their website and get all the information. I will talk with you again tomorrow, where it will be Thursday Success 101, and I will be talking to a young Himanian about their success and their journey, and that's going to be awesome. Take care. Have a great afternoon. This is your Straight Talk Drive at 5 show. Catherine Tyson, your host. Good evening.
Thank you. That's great. If you ever want a guest to chat with you,